But I kind of like fast because I was kind of tired of the like mushy.
Yes, you want something like
stuff.
More heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was
We're
like,
talking books, and Taylor just finished Fast, and that was your first time ever reading that book.
Mm-hmm.
Did you cry?
Oh yes.
That book is so sad.
Multiple times throughout the book. Yes. It was really good though. Like I said, I recommended it to like one of my coworkers and one of my friends. I'm like, you have to read this book.
Okay, I have another book. That.
What? Okay, yeah. What's the vibe of this book?
This one is like.
Okay, I've seen you posting about
it's
that.
Like Fast, but war.
Oh my god!
I know, it's like even more sad. I just finished it this month, you have to read it. So read that before you read Broken Clocks. You'll finish it in like a day or so. Her mom.
Like this is I guess it's not that many, but Broken Clocks is smaller.
It's smaller,
too.
But this one you'll finish it really fast. It's about a girl whose mom basically sells her, and she she sells her for money, and you see her like try to basically come up, but her life is so hard.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, there's a romance in it, but it's if you thought Sad or Fast was sad, you'll definitely think that this is sad.
Oh my god, I'm scared. But I'm definitely gonna read it though.
Yeah,
because I really haven't started Fast. Like I think I'm just past.
You mean Broken Clocks?
Yeah, Broken Clocks. Yeah.
Broken Clocks is sad, but it's like not. I can't even explain it. It's sad, but like they're not really. They're not like going through a ton of hard stuff until the end. So it's kind of like a cutesy, like wholesome. Not wholesome. It's a sweet romance until it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like every chapter you're like, dang, can she catch a break?
It just gets worse
and worse and worse.
I can handle this right now. But I'm gonna try.
What parts did you cry on in Fast? Like without spoiling.
Well, obviously, like when that thing happened.
Do you cry like right at the
traumatic
beginning?
One, yes, and definitely the beginning, like with her losing her mom. I think it says that on the back.
Yeah.
And just having to be ripped away from I don't want to say too much. I'm about to get into it. But like just being ripped away from her life and going to this new environment with these new people, basically everybody, and just not really having.
You're about to get emotional.
Just not really having, somebody like that was just really sad. Like as a child for her.
What was your favorite? Because I think my favorite part, like the good part, because I mean there were some. I think my favorite part was the part on the boat.
Oh
yeah, and they
first when they
I was like, ah! I think that was because I was like, oh my god, because the whole time you're like, you don't know what's gonna happen there,
right?
And then,
and I really like how they broke the book up.
Yes,
I did like that too.
Yeah, this book started tonight. You will.
Oh my god.
You will not put it down. I literally read this month, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta bring it. I actually meant to order. I was gonna order some on Amazon, but it wasn't supposed to come until Saturday, and I was like, I have to get this book to you today. I have to give it to you today.
Oh my gosh, okay. And then I still want to read. You gave me the book with those flowers on it. I can't think of it.
I'm trying to think.
Her name was like Corey or something. I didn't read it yet, but something about life or I don't remember. Crap.
Is the author Rissam Nielsen?
I don't remember.
Is it And Then Life Is Beautiful?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, by Asian Monique. Oh my gosh, that book is so good. Oh my gosh, I love that book.
That to read, and oh my god, those other books, Revive 1.
Oh yes, Revive Me. Oh my gosh.
It's another one.
Dang, I forgot I got you that many books.
I know. And I'm like slowly working through them. But I
feel like you've been reading fast though. Like
I have this year. I mean, it's not a lot. Definitely compared to you, but it's more than I've read. I feel like in a long time.
I feel like when you get good books, that's why I like giving people stuff, because I'm like, I promise you'll read quick if it's the right book. Sometimes you get in a book and it's takes forever. You really Before I Let Go, but I feel like the second book you were kind of dragging a little bit on. Yeah.
And I'm waiting to read the third one. That is definitely on my list.
Yeah, I love the third one too. The third one kind of feels like the second one, so you kind of have to go into it.
No.
You have to go into it with There's definitely more like spicy scenes in it.
I was gonna say, because I feel like Hendrix is more,
oh yeah,
you know. So.
Oh yeah, but because she works so much, like a lot of her job is in it. Whereas like in the second book, I feel like a lot of her life outside of the romance was in it, like you know, the stuff with her husband and like her being a mom. Whereas in Before I Let Go, I feel like it was mostly just the romance.
Yeah.
So in Can't Get Enough, it talks a lot about her job, which I loved it. Like and it talks about her mom. She has like some stuff going on too, but
I remember them mentioning that.
Well, read that. Definitely let me know what you think. Start it ASAP.
Will.
When you start it, here, let me see it. This is how it starts out, okay? It starts out, it says, oh, I can't read the first part of it. I can't.
Why does it give like too much of it away or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And also I don't want to like trigger anyone either, but read like the first part. Like I don't want anybody to like.
Oh my god.
What you shaking your head already?
It's crazy. Girl, I'm just.
You're like, I'm not ready.
I'm not. Just for it to start off like that, like, dang, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, definitely let me know what you think.
Course.
Don't read it if you're not ready to like cry.
That's what I'm saying, like, dog. I don't know. I have to see.
Because Broken Clocks will also make you cry.
I know. That's why I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna. I feel like all the books you gave me are gonna make me cry.
Well, I saw that you love Before I Let Go, so I was like, okay, I feel like you like an emotional read. Because I feel like there was a book I gave you that was like, it's like a cutesy little read or something, and you were like, eh. You're like, meh. Well, you read If I Stayed by Brittany Cherry, didn't you? Or If You Stayed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then that's another book that I recommended to my friend, and she loved it. She read it twice already.
Dang!
Yes, so she really loved that book.
You finished that one pretty fast.
Yes, I could not put that book down.
That book was so good.
That book was so good.
Yeah.
So I do like books like that, but just like, damn, they just take so much.
They do, I know.
They just take so much out of
The
me.
part where they're at the dinner party, I was just like, oh. Like that man, I was so ready, like, oh.
Ooh, and her
like, he's the
husband, I
worst.
was
Yeah,
so
that's what I meant. Yeah, like he's the worst. It's crazy, like when you think about books that you like, they kind of start to feel like a movie. Like in your head, when I'm thinking about it, I'm not thinking of me reading. I'm thinking of like the scenes that I.
And like the like it keeps me entertained like a show.
It does. Yeah.
So I do like that instead of like watching so much TV and Netflix and all that.
Definitely. We'll definitely start that tonight.
Look at that one got all that burnt stuff on. Like, right. Hi y'all. It's your favorite cousin.
They think you guys are so funny.
And we not.
You are
We
though.
dry.
You,
We
no,
dry.
you're actually funny. What are you reading?
Who, me?
Yeah, we already talked about it. Yeah.
It's been a minute, but I left off with somebody's wife.
But you read, right?
She said she left out with work husband.
Yeah, really.
Work husband is crazy.
It definitely
I
is
mean,
crazy.
you're gonna want to keep.
Yeah,
you're gonna
I did read this book this year too.
Yeah,
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like,
Oh, I
literally
didn't know
a
you
couple
read it
weeks ago.
too.
Yeah,
I need to
this-
give this one to Delia too, because I don't think she's read it.
Every time I try to have empathy for Crystal,
She does something
something.
stupid.
yes, something.
She crazy. Crystal crazy.
There is something wrong with her.
There is.
But this
not-
is
it's all
a
up there.
quick
It's not all
read,
up
y'all.
there.
It's only like 60 pages.
and
or something like
it's
that.
so
You
good.
can read that in like 30 minutes.
I feel like if you ever don't feel like reading and you pick this up, you're not going to want to put it down.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how I was. Because I
Yeah.
was like doing little stuff around the house. I'm like, oh, let me just see.
And then you can't
I'm just
put it
stopped.
down.
Yes, I'm just reading what the hell Crystal doing.
Had kids crawling on me and all, and I still read it. Yeah, this is the one. She crazy.
So
It
good.
was a good
Yeah.
read. That was good. But Somebody's Wife, I'm kind of in the beginning, but that's really good too.
Because I've seen that on Facebook.
Yeah,
Like,
that
people-
one's good.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
I need
good.
to give you another one. I want to give you the same one that I think I gave you, because I'm gonna send it to you.
I want to read because you just keep talking about Sweet Heat. That is a book on my
What is
list.
that about?
I don't even know what
it's
it's
so
about.
good. I
What's
can't.
that about?
It's like my
Talking
favorite
about it.
romance of the year. It's
Yeah,
Really?
keep
Your
talking about it.
favorite?
my
I
favorite of the
I wanna
whole
read that.
year. I've
I
read
wanna
like
read that.
140
It's
books this
romantic?
year. It's so romantic.
It's on my list.
Woo! It's so good. But I need you to read Selfish. I think she would like. You haven't read Fast either, have you?
No.
Do you think that she would like that?
No, she just gave me Selfish.
Do you think she
Okay.
would like Fast?
I think she would.
You think?
I don't know who wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
That's such a good book.
I'm gonna send you Selfish. I think you would like Not as crazy as this one, but
That's
Yeah,
good.
I need to pick me up. I need
That's
something
what
to tell
I
me
said,
like, girl, what? Girl, you doing too
You
much.
did what? You going where?
Crystal, read this, because
Definitely.
Crystal is something else.
it's so good.
Crystal crazy.
Crystal something else.
So we're getting ready to go inside. Where do we decided to go to a second place.
Mm-hmm.
We're at this place called the Marquee.
Mm-hmm. It's only open for like 1 more hour.
Yeah, so we're gonna go in there, get a few drinks.
They usually have good music.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a vibe in there.
And I feel like they usually do like a lot, like dancing, like line dancing.
They do.
Sometimes.
If the people feel like it.
Yeah.
So on the Saturday, it's more chill. They have a live DJ.
Oh, Sunday's usually the day,
Sunday, it's a day party.
and that's usually when we come here, isn't it?
No, we come on a Saturday. That's
do?
the chill
I
version.
feel like it's usually busy
It be
on
lit.
Saturday.
It be lit. No. But Sunday,
It's even
people
more?
are rooting the booths out there. It's a legit day party, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
But I'd be like, that'd be too much. I don't want to do it. That'd be a lot going on. I like coming on a Saturday.
Yeah, I like it because I feel like Sunday would be, like you said, a little too much.
And we be
yeah.
wanting to talk to each other.
We do, and it's kind of hard to hear if there's like too much going on. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna go in there, see what it's about. I'm not a big line dancer, but what?
I've been going to line classes.
Have you really?
Yeah.
To like get better? Okay, which ones have you done then?
She taught us a lot. So there's this girl out here, Good at Fitness.
Good at Fitness.
I met her and I collaborated with her for World Breastfeeding Week.
She's a doula, by the way. If any of you guys need a doula in St. Louis area, Belleville, like, I genuinely do not know someone who, one, knows about like motherhood and birthing and anything more than you, but also I don't know a mom who loves being a mom. And obviously there are like the struggles and all the things with it, but like I've seen you with all of your kids, and she genuinely loves motherhood and loves like learning more about like the birthing process and all the things. You're so knowledgeable. Anytime I have a question about something like with a friend or whatever, like she's the girl that I call. So
yes,
about to blow me
every
out.
woman deserves a doula. Every woman deserves a doula. And so my 9 to 5 is breastfeeding work. So this girl I met, she has her own job. Her own gym is Black owned.
Okay, what's it called again?
Good at Fitness.
Good at Fitness. Okay.
And so I liked how she encourages you to wear your baby. So
while you
her
work out?
daughter, yes.
Oh,
Because
that's cool.
For so many of us moms, we're like, I mean, like the daddy be like, oh, must be nice because you get to go work out.
Right.
And we're stuck and we feel like we can't because we have the baby, right? And so she's like, bring your kids, wear your baby.
I love
so
that.
she had her 6-month-old. She was wearing her baby, teaching. Oh,
And if she's doing it, then you probably feel really comfortable because she's doing it. It's not like she's just saying it and then it's like, I don't know how I feel.
So we encouraged moms of the community in this city to come down, and she was teaching us, because I don't know none of the lines. Still don't.
You know, like the old ones, though.
The old ones, but
Yeah,
they
none of
really
the new
playing
ones.
The Tamia, Usher, Boots on the Ground.
Okay.
There's a fast one with Mariah Carey. I can't.
Your feet start moving.
Let me tell you. And it's like, if you don't keep up with it, I'm like, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
So I don't be getting on the dance floor yet, but I will be. But that was pretty cool. I love how she's like, bring your babies.
I
wear
love
your
that. I'll have
babies.
to link her. That is so cool.
Active movement.
That is really cool.
Intentional active movement. It was fun.
And there's not a lot of gyms that I feel like are inclusive of like moms. It's like, all right, you better find a babysitter or something, like figure it out. And like,
and we're like, we don't want our kids to interrupt or whine or walk through, but she's like, no,
so cool.
Yeah, so that was like on Tuesdays or something
I
like
love
that.
that.
I need to get back to it.
That is really, and line dancing I feel like is fun. So it's like a way to move where you're actually going to enjoy yourself.
We did like 3,000 steps or something like that. Is that a lot or no?
That's a lot.
That's a lot,
yeah,
right?
and one time, how long were you there?
Girl, it was,
because I think you're supposed to do a total of like 10,000 a day.
Okay, see,
like 3,000. That's almost half.
An hour or two.
Wow.
Girl, I went home. Took a shower.
That baby was probably done too. She's probably like,
her daughter, and then she like put her in her walker and her, like, we don't mind. We have moms in there, you know. So, and there was people who weren't moms. But
but still you feel comfortable with everyone doing it. Like I've had some friends who go to like Pilates, like mommy need Pilates, but I have like other, you know, there's other places in my area that are like, oh, you can bring your kids, but if no one else brings them, it's like, I don't want to be the one person that's doing it. So that is so cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
I'll link her below if you guys are looking for like a gym to go to. I'm thinking about trying something new or just sticking to what I already know when it comes to fall reads, because I have 4 fall reads that I want to finish before next week. I really want to read most of my fall reads this month, and then in November kind of get into like the cozy winter books or the holiday books. I know, maybe it feels early, but you guys know how I am. I feel like reading books that are about the coming season get you excited for that season. So I'm going to actually leave a poll on Instagram to see if people can help me like figure out what I should start next. But the 2 books that are like outside of my comfort zone are A Pack for Autumn, which this is a Why Choose Alpha Omega verse book, which I have no idea what that means, but I'm literally gonna ask on Instagram like for people's insight on this. I think it's supposed to be like a spicier read. And then I also have Savvy Summers and the Sweet Potato Crimes, which this is a cozy mystery by a Black author, which again is not something I typically read. I also have Another Sky, which I feel like is this is like right up my alley. It's a heartfelt fall romance, and I feel like that's what I really gravitate towards during this season. And I also have Learning Curves, which is like a cozy, cutesy romance, and again, it's a fall read that I feel like is right up my alley. So 2 books that are like more what I typically read, and then 2 books that are like outside of my comfort zone a bit. I'm gonna ask on Instagram what everyone thinks I should do, and then that'll be my next read. I am enjoying the newest fall read that I started yesterday. I feel like it's cute. It is a very long romance book, which is not typically something that I pick up, but so many people have rated it so highly, so I wanted to read it this week before we get into like the wintry, cozy holiday books.
I'm gonna help you feel more about it. Yes, there where you should be. So try not to feel like this. You have to feel finally stuff behind your right forward. Yes, like try to feel like forward. Yes. So you're fighting someone else's problems. Pay attention. I focus. Sunspots. You're pushing that hair along. Bar comes up. Bringing that in. Bar comes down. Your chest is going forward. Up. Leave your head up. Good.
I feel like if I'm gonna get into like fantasy stuff, I need to start with like cozy fantasy, and this is called The Baby Dragon Bakery, and I was like, oh, this could be like a good one to take home. Guys, the reviews on this are not good. They're not good at all. But, like, maybe this would be something that I would like, and maybe just other people didn't like it because it wasn't like a true like fantasy vibe. I don't know. I'm really loving the cozy books after I read the Autumn Leaf Bookshop. I've also had so many of you guys recommend this to me, the I don't know if it's this one or if it's like another one, and then the Spell Shop too, so these could be 2 good options. I really want to start reading more books by authors that I have never read from before. I feel like I read a lot of the same books, but the problem is I start to find new authors that I love, and then I end up just like reading their books over and over. But this book looks really cute. It's called Not in My Book, and on the front there's like a little blurb by Christina Lauren, which is an author duo that I love. That's an absolutely sparkling debut. Not in My Book is an absorbing, hilarious love letter to romance fans everywhere. Ooh, I feel like this could be a good book. I will say the words are really small, but it says it's the hating game meets beach read, so I'm not mad about that. The one thing about me is if I don't read a book that has like fall leaves and stuff in it, or on it in the fall, then I'm not gonna read it till next fall. So like all these books have like fall leaves on it, and I don't know what it is. I cannot read this when there's like snow on the ground outside. Like this is like perfect for spring, but I feel like since it's such a long series, I'm only gonna want to pick these up like during certain seasons. Like this is giving a vacation read. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only person who's like that. I absolutely love this book cover. It's giving like old-timey book because the cover's like sparkly, and I know it's giving classic to me. Oh my gosh, there is a special edition of Love Letter to Whiskey in here. Guys, I love this book. This is beautiful. I really enjoyed this book. I need to like read more books by her because I did enjoy this one, but like I don't know what to read next. And it's not that she doesn't have like a ton of other books I could choose from. I feel like sometimes I get overwhelmed when an author has so many books where it's like which one do I like, which is the next good one? So I need to just look through some of her backlist and see which one she has and just like grab one that piques my interest. Okay, this is marketed as the found family vampire Hallmark movie I didn't know I needed. This is literally making me want to read this one. Okay, also the cover of this one is beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. Don't even know what it's about, but I'm like really big on like, I don't know, judging books by their cover. I know I shouldn't do that, but I do all the time. I always start editing my vlogs when I'm about like, I don't know, a day or two into the week. It just makes it easier for me at the end of the week so I don't have to like try to edit the entire week, because I usually film for the week and then I upload that Saturday. So I do have my laptop right here and I am looking at the footage of when I was with the girls and it's just making me miss them so much. I actually went and visited Chaz the other day and hung out with her daughters. She has 3 daughters, but one of them was at school and then one of them was at school for part of the time and she came back later. And as I've been editing, it's making me think about like the reason why I went, which we've talked a lot about, like her being a working mom. She works multiple days a week. She has a doula business. Like she is so busy, and she also has 3 kids. And there's been many times where I'm like, oh, like, you know, I'd love to come watch them. I'd love to babysit to like give you a break. And I say that all the time. I've been saying that for years, never watch them. Like they're about an hour and a half away from me. So not like super far, but not super close, you know? And I always was just like, text me if you ever need a babysitter. And I say that a lot to people who have kids, and I have never been asked to like babysit. So the other day, whenever we like went out to eat, we started talking. I was like, hey, I've been saying I want to like come and, you know, babysit, whatever. And she was like, oh, well, you should just like come over, like get to know like the younger one better, because she's like a little over a year and I've only been around her like a few times, like a handful. And so she's like, come over, you know, you can get like more acclimated with her, and like she's like a little bit more like she likes to be like held by her and stuff, so she's like, you can get connected with her more. So I went, had the best time, like reading stories, playing dance party. We had so much fun, and obviously like she was there too. But it really made me think about how to be the village, you have to show up to be the village. Like you can't just say like, oh, I want to be the person who's like there for my friends or there for my family. Like I, you know, want to do X, Y, and Z, but then you don't actually do it. And I feel like I've always looked at myself as someone who is like, oh yeah, like I'd totally be the village. Like I want people to show up for me, and I also want to show up for them. And I don't know, I feel like as the anniversary of my dad's passing is coming up, it's made me think a lot about when he first passed, and there were so many of my friends who I feel showed up in the most incredible ways. And there were other people where I feel like I expected them to show up in ways that they didn't, and it's made me realize that I don't think we know how to be the community anymore. Like we don't know how to be the village, and I think part of it is because we almost feel like we're at an inconvenience to like just show up with like food, or to just show up to babysit, or just show up to whatever. Because even whenever she's like, oh yeah, like totally come over, when we were setting dates and times, in my head I was thinking like, ooh, like I hope that I'm not like bothering her by like being there. And so she gave me like 2 days that she's home, because again, it's like she works some of the week and then she's home some of the week. And I was just thinking in my head like, oh, like I don't want to be an inconvenience. On the way I picked up Panera, and whenever I got there, like, you know, I was like, do you want anything for the kids? Like, should I pick up something for them? And I just felt like I was being an inconvenience. And then whenever I left, she texted me and was like, thanks so much for coming. And then she was like, you can come anytime, like this is great. She even picked up a book at one point that I gave her to read. I gave her Dear Vicky because she loved Work Husband. So I was like, you should start reading this. So she started reading it like a little bit, maybe a page or two. And I think it made me realize that sometimes when we feel like we're inconveniencing people, it really is exactly what they need. Because when my dad passed and friends would show up, I was just like, that's exactly what I need. Like, I don't want people texting me like, what can I get you? What can I send you? What can I order you? Like, are you okay? Is there anything you need? Like, yes, there are things I need. No, I'm not okay. Yes, I would want, you know, food or someone to show up or whatever, but it's like you don't have the mental capacity to like tell them that sometimes. And I'm sure the other person on the other end was like, I don't want to inconvenience you or be in your way. But sometimes that's exactly what people need. And so anyway, it was really nice going to like be with the kids and stuff, but I was gone most of yesterday, and I expected to get a lot more work done than I did, which I, you know, is totally fine because I'm doing most of it today, obviously, on my laptop. But this is my busy season, so keeping up sometimes can be like a little overwhelming. But I'm also sitting here while I'm watching these videos and like editing and hearing them talk about books. It's making me realize I don't think I want to read the books that I had in my stack to read. I had these books right here that I wanted to read next, and these are all fall books. I asked you guys what you thought I should read. I asked on stories what you thought you should read, if I should try something new or read something that I had already read. And I don't think I want to read any of these. And as I'm watching these videos, I'm hearing my like conversations and how everyone's getting so excited about what they're reading. Sometimes I feel like I have to read certain things because I said I'm going to, like these fall reads. It's fall. Fall is almost like transitioning into like Christmas, and like I know personally I will not want to read fall reads in a few weeks. So in my head I'm like, okay, I have to get these done. I have to do these. And I feel like that's when it becomes homework. Like when reading stops being something I'm just like itching to pick up, that's when it's homework. And I actually was editing this and I was just like, man, like I really want to get back to that feeling of like being excited about reading something. Like I really just want to read. Like I just want to read like a good book. And it's like, I'm about to start one of these books and I'm not excited about any of these. So I don't know, it just made me realize that I need to pick something that I want to read, because if I don't, I'm gonna end up just feeling like this is homework. I did end up finishing If It Makes You Happy, and I also ended up finishing August Lane by Virginia Black. Guys, 5 freaking stars. 5 stars. This book is so good. I talked about it a little bit in the last vlog because I started it and didn't really get into it because I wanted to savor it. So this has been a book that I have not wanted to end. It is so good, so good. If you're wanting a story that has yearning, that has like an enemies to lovers, second chance type of vibe, if you're wanting something that has romance but also talks about other deeper topics, if you want a story where the main character has like a really tense relationship with her mother and you just want something more than the romance, you will really love this. And that's really what I've been gravitating towards the most lately, I think, which is why I feel like these books are not gravitating toward, or they're not books I'm gravitating towards, because I just haven't been in the mood to just read like, you know, just like a cutesy romance. And I picked up this book and I feel like this was a really good book, but I feel like it was almost wrong book. Wait, right book, wrong time, because this book is cute. It's a rom-com, it's fluffy, cutesy, Hallmark vibes. It gives a true rom-com, like very true rom-com. It is a thick book. I think that this book could easily have been a lot less pages, but it was very cute. I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars. I feel like every person who's looking for like a really cute fall read would love this. Personally for me, I feel like I loved it, but I was itching to get back to something that was not like a cutesy romance. And I don't know, I just haven't really been in the biggest mood for cutesy romances, and maybe because I've read so many literary and contemporary fictions and I feel like I'm getting into that more. I also feel like I can gravitate outside of romance when I'm mentally like okay, if that makes any sense. Like when I'm down bad, do not give me a book that's gonna make me cry. Do not give me a book with like a ton of depth. Don't give me anything where I have to think. Definitely don't give me historical fiction. Like don't give me anything where I have to turn my brain on. And I actually got back into reading because I was reading romance, but I feel like the last few years have been really hard. I was actually talking to my, who was I talking to? Talking to someone the other day, maybe a friend or something, and I was talking to them about how my brother, like I see him every few weeks, and every time I see him, it's like my heart is getting squeezed a little tighter because if you guys don't know, and this is trigger warning for SW, is that the term? But he tried to take his own life a few years ago, and I had no idea that he was to the point where he did not want to exist anymore. This is getting like deep, but we're gonna come back around, okay? We're gonna come full circle. So whenever that happened, I feel like I took on a lot of onus as like, this is something that I could have prevented. This is something that is like my fault in a way because I didn't see him enough, or I didn't ask him how he was doing enough. Like I didn't, you know, X, Y, and Z. And you know, seeing that as like a visual, like someone actively in the moment trying to take their life, and the only reason it didn't happen is because they ended up in the emergency room and they were able to like administer life-saving procedure. Seeing that happen and knowing in a split second that person could be out of your life, I feel was just a very hard experience. And then not too much after, I feel like my heart mended a bit was when my dad passed. So I feel like now, 2 years past that, I have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm fine reading deeper topics where my heart might break a little bit, because in like the real world, it's mended or mending, or it's like mending around like all of the feels that I've had to like work through. And I don't know, I feel like if you're someone who is really struggling right now, do not push yourself to read something or just to digest something that you know you can't handle right now. I feel like as it gets colder, as it gets like just, you know, a lot of the holiday season can be hard for people who are navigating loss, or who maybe have a parent or someone in their life who's not there anymore. Maybe they are still like existing, you know, on this earth, but like they're not in your life. I also feel like, you know, Thanksgiving comes and then Christmas comes, and like times are hard where people's budgets are tight. So it's like maybe you can't create the Christmas experience or holiday experience that you've always wanted to. Like there's just a lot of feelings and emotions that come with the holiday season. And then after that comes the new year, where there's like this pressure to be this person that you like have never been and reach all your goals and all these things. Like I feel like there's just so much pressure. Do not make reading something that you do not enjoy. And I feel like that's what this is where it comes back full circle, because I feel like that's what I kind of was doing in a way when I picked up these books. I was like, okay, I have to read my fall reads. I'm not going to want to read them, and I don't want them to be on my shelf till next year. Like I have to do it. Like, no, I literally don't have to. I don't have to do anything. I just have to read what I want to read, when I want to read it, and that should be it. So I think I'm going to put those down for now. I don't know what I'm going to pick up next. I was thinking of picking up Love and Bloom, but then I was like, I don't want to read a cutesy read. Like, I'm not in the mood for it, so why did I pick this up? But I've just heard really great things about this. I've heard also not so great things about this, but I have been gravitating towards a small town romance because this book is small town romance, and I rated it 5 stars. And sometimes I feel like when I read a 5-star read, I immediately want to find something similar to give me that same feeling again. And I have to remind myself, like, no, you're not going to replicate the same book in another book, especially not one that's like a cutesy read. You know, like this is a book that I know has like deeper themes and like all this depth and stuff, and this is supposed to be a cozy, cutesy read. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna pick next, but I'm gonna go read outside probably tomorrow for a little bit. I'm not sure where, but I'll probably pick out my book before we go out there at some point. I have a book haul for you guys, and I also have a little bit of a book date as well with just like what I've read so far. So I picked up Sugar Baby, and this book right here is one that I've heard really good things about, and I've just really been in the mood for like contemporary literary fiction books, and I love diverse reads especially, so I picked up this one. I'm really glad that I did, but I will say it's not what I expected. It's definitely messy, and it's literally about a sugar baby. Like, she's living the life of a sugar baby. So I am interested to see how the rest of the story goes. Again, I've been really gravitating towards stories like this that just have like themes of romance and just like coming of age and getting your life together. And I don't know, there's something about it that's very comforting and also very healing too, because I feel like it makes me realize that all of us are just trying to do our best, no matter what career you have, no matter whether your friendships go, you know, south or whatever, like we're all just doing our best. And I feel like books like this are just a reminder of that. So enjoying so far. I'm gonna get into the haul of the books that I picked up. I have some good ones in here. I actually ended up getting a ton of books, and you guys are gonna be so surprised because there's so many different types of books in here. I ended up getting 5 books, guys, like 5 books, and I still have a book haul coming for you guys because I have just been reading so much, but I'm also finding so many good books. And I think part of my excitement for buying books is that I am really loving different genres lately, which is not something that I've ever enjoyed really in the past. Like, I've always been like a true romance girl, and I always will be a romance girl, but I do think that there's some other genres that I'm really, really loving, especially right now. So the first book that I picked up is James by Percival Everett. This book right here, I'm pretty sure, is like a retelling of Huckleberry Finn, and it's told from a different point of view. It says that it is a story that is brilliant, and it's a reimagining of the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, told from the enslaved Jim's point of view. So I wanted to read this because I've heard a lot of people read this and enjoyed it. I think the first person who said that they read it and enjoyed it was Joyce Wesley, and I like her videos. I'm pretty sure she said that she liked this one. And I also know Kayla's Bookish Vibes. She always shares historical fiction book recs. Not sure if she's read this one in particular, but I feel like whenever I watch her videos, I always get excited to pick up historical fiction. And recently I've been trying to catch up on all my favorites, and I love her videos, and she shares a ton of historical fiction book recs. So it got me really excited to read this one. And then I'm just literally just like throwing these across the room. And then the next book that I got, which again is very outside of my genre, but I got it because you guys recommended it. It is Our Vicious Oaths by N.E. Davenport. I think that this is the fantasy that I'm most excited to read. I was told that it's very spicy, and I feel like I'm gonna love that, mostly because when I read fantasies, I feel like the action sometimes takes over the story, and I just am like, I don't really care about the action. Like, I don't know, just I don't care, but whenever there's a romance, I feel like I'm more invested. I will say that sometimes the romance can be too much, because then it's like, okay, I wanted to read a fantasy, I didn't want to read a romance book. But I am excited to read this because it's written by a Black author, and the main characters in this are just like supposed to be so down bad for each other. It says, a warrior princess and a vengeful king from rival Fae courts form a fierce alliance to take down a merciless despot in this journey of powerful magic, enemies to lovers romance, and political intrigue from award-winning author N.E. Davenport. And this is the author who wrote Out of Body, which I really love that. It's a young adult like thriller. Really loved it. I rated it 4 stars. And again, you guys know I don't really read young adult books like that. So for me to enjoy a young adult book is like not very rare, but like for me to love it that much is rare. And she's written a ton of other books as well. I also love, again, I feel like I've said this in the past, but I love looking at the pictures of the authors on the back, because it's like, she's just a girl. Like, she's like us. Like, she's our age. Like, I don't know. I just love supporting authors, especially authors that are like younger, because it's like, you're just a girl. I mean, I'll support any age, but you know what I mean? It's just like, if I were to write a book, like, that's such a scary thing at any age, but especially I feel when you're younger, there's just this like, I don't know. I think about when the author who wrote Nightcrawling, she wrote that book, and it was such a heartfelt story, Layla Motley, but I'm pretty sure she wrote it when she was like 16. And I remember when it was written, there was a lot of commentary about her age and her writing something that's so like, you know, it's about someone who is a sex worker, and she's like trying to get into a different industry, and she's going through hard things. And like, for someone who's 16 to write something that has that much like depth and struggle, there was a lot of discourse about it. And so I always just want to support, you know, any author, but especially younger authors. I also picked up Isn't It Obvious by Rachel Runia Katz. I know how I am. If I read a lot of books that are outside of just like the romance genre, I always am crawling back to it. And I also feel like in the winter time, I very much get like the winter blues or like winter sadness, and I have to try really hard to stay in a good headspace. And I feel like the last few years I've done pretty good at that. One thing that's helped is me getting outside every single day, even if it's cold. So reading outside and things like that, but also reading cutesy books. Like I was saying the other day, I feel like whenever I read books that are cutesy, I obviously like feel in a good mood. Whenever I read the heavier books, I have to be in a good mental space. So I really just check in with myself like before I pick up a book. And this one says, after a meat disaster, a podcaster and her producer fall in love over email without realizing they know and hate each other in real life. So many people have rated this book very highly. It just came out, and everyone that has read it has said that they love it. This is a funny romance about loving the whole person and finally taking a chance on love. So excited to read that one. I'm also really excited to read Real by Addie Woolridge. This is a book that is by a young adult author. I read The Homecoming War by this author and really thought it was so cute. Like, I think I rated it 4 stars. And this one is her newest release. Again, it just came out. This says, Jamie is happy to be the camera-shy brains behind her grandmother Bam Bam's social media stardom, especially if it makes college admission boards notice her. But when Bam Bam's diva antics creating content isn't easy with her antics. Going to an influencers convention in Las Vegas is just what Jamie needs to relax and get inspired. Or it was, prior to Bam Bam finding out that Buzzy Timmons, her arch nemesis and a fellow grandfluencer, is also attending, along with her influencer grandson, Ethan. No matter how cute Ethan is, he's forbidden fruit, so Jamie vows to be a loyal granddaughter until she learns about a cash prize for best tourism video, one Ethan can help her win. Exploring Vegas with Ethan turns out to be more fun and flirty than Jamie expects, but without Bam Bam's blessing, can they ever have anything real? When I read The Homecoming War, the thing that I loved the most is it was like an enemies to lovers, and like she hated that guy. Like, she did not like him at all. And if you're gonna write an enemies to lovers, like, you gotta dislike each other. You know, like sometimes I'll read enemies to lovers, it's like you're really not enemies. Like, you're not even rivals. You're nothing. Like, you're basically just secretly in love with each other. And in the Homecoming War, I loved how the characters were most definitely like not each other's favorite person. And then I also got The Worst Best Thing. I actually found this on Wildflower Bookshop. I was shopping online. They're an incredible woman-owned bookstore, and they also have a ton of romance books on there. So a lot of the time I will browse like small bookshops to order from them, and I saw this book on there and I wanted to order it, but it was sold out and they weren't restocking. So I did end up not buying it from there. I ended up getting it obviously from Barnes & Noble, but I will be doing a haul from there very soon. And this book looks really good. It's about a girl named Nicole who has always wanted to have a baby. Her and her husband have really been struggling. Again, this is all in the back of the book. I knew nothing about this book until I read the back of the book. Her and her husband have always wanted to have a baby, but they've kind of started to drift apart, even though like everyone else thinks that their marriage is perfect. So mere hours after a Hail Mary embryo transfer to a gestational carrier, Nicole discovers that Gabe's been sleeping with their dog walker and her world turns upside down. So obviously she's childless, she's jobless, because I'm pretty sure she's a producer for his podcast, and she just has to kind of figure out life. So she ends up meeting up with former colleague Logan Milgram, and he definitely has golden retriever energy. And yeah, you kind of just see that he's like a blast from the past fling, someone she never really thought she'd reconnect with. And on the bottom it says, with everything on the line, can Nicole accept love from the greatest man she's ever known, even if it's nothing like the story she'd written for herself? Because again, she has a baby on the way. So like, this is just such a unique story, and it was in the romance section, so it definitely is like heavy in the romance, but these are the types of romances that I want to read. Like, how is this woman navigating love, but also the loss of who she thought was the love of her life, while also bringing a baby into the world after having infertility struggles? Like, how is she going to navigate life and keep her head on straight? I want to know. So I'm really excited to read this one, and this is her debut book. I'm pretty sure it just came out, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really excited. It says 2025, so it looks like it did just come out. So really excited to read this one. Those are all the books that I picked up at the bookstore, and I do have a book haul coming. But again, I've read almost 20 books this month, so I feel like it is well deserved. This is definitely one of those books that I can finish quickly, but it's also one of those books that I feel like the writing style is really hanging me up. Like, I just am not someone who loves like deep prose and like, you know, lyrical writing. It's just not usually for me, and I feel like the story is something that's pulling me in, but the writing style, I'm just not a fan. And I know so many people love this book, and so that's literally the reason why I picked it up. But I don't know, I have to remind myself that sometimes just because a book is popular does not mean that I'm going to love it. Maybe it's popular because it's for someone else, but it is going to be a quick read, so I feel like I'm going to finish this very fast. Like, it's literally so short, and I'm like already halfway through, so I'm going to sit here for a little bit more, read some more, and yeah, I don't know. I will give you guys my full thoughts whenever I'm back home. I want to give you guys a quick update on what I read this week. I am getting ready to go out of town to visit Brady's side of the family, and we're going to be there, but I want to give you guys this update first. So it's going to be quick because we're getting ready to leave, but I was really surprised by what I read this week, because I initially thought I was going to go into this week reading like very much fall books, and then I feel like I read the complete opposite. So we'll start with this one. Love this book, 5 stars, so freaking good, guys, so good. I feel like I've been chasing the high of this book all week, and so I really want to find another 5-star, like highly rated book that's going to give me the same feelings as that one. I feel like I'm really figuring out what my taste is more than ever. Then I read Sugar Baby, really love this one. I think I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars, which is interesting because a lot of the reviews on Goodreads aren't like super highly rated, they're like decently high. But I think I love this one because I knew what I was getting into. It's messy, the main character is just kind of like all over the place, and that's what I expected and what I personally enjoyed from the book. It's just one of those books that feels like a coming of age. She's trying to figure it out. Her life isn't perfect kind of thing. And I love that. And again, I'm gonna rate that 4 stars. I also read If It Makes You Happy. I think I'm gonna leave this one at 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one, but I don't know, I feel like it was a little long. As you can see, it's like very thick for romance. I did really love the representation of someone who's been divorced learning to love again, someone who has a kid who's learning to love. Like, you don't see that very often in books, so I really appreciated that representation. I feel like I get asked all the time by people to recommend romances that are with like an older character or someone who's like been through the mud, you know? And I feel like these characters definitely did. I also liked how it was told in like a older, not super old, but like older time frame. You don't see people often just like calling people up on the phone and being like, do you want to go on a date kind of thing. So I enjoyed that a lot. And then I read this book, which this one was a very short read. I think I'm gonna leave this one at maybe 3 stars. Personally, it's just the writing. Like, these 2 books, this one, I feel like it would definitely be 4 stars or above if it was not as long. And this one, I think it would definitely be probably 4 stars or above if the writing wasn't as like lyrical and poetic. And I know so many people love that. That is just not my favorite style of writing. I feel like sometimes I get lost in the wordiness of it when there's so much like poetic, lyrical stuff going on. But I did love the story overall. So yeah, these are all the books that I read this week. Really enjoyed this reading week, and next week I'm gonna be out of town, and the week after that I'm also gonna be out of town. So you guys are gonna see some vlogs coming from me in different places. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.